Spanish police said on Monday they had seized 6 underwater drones capable of transporting large quantities of drugs from Morocco to Spain and broken up a gang suspected of manufacturing them. Officers seized 6 of the so-called drone submarines and arrested 8 people in raids carried out in Barcelona and the southern provinces of Malaga and Cadiz, a police statement said. Police said it was the first time they had seized such devices, which are officially known as unmanned underwater vehicles. They believe the gang made underwater drones capable of bearing big loads for use by other criminal organizations. These devices could allow drug traffickers to transport large quantities of narcotics remotely across the Strait of Gibraltar, the statement said. The drones had up to 12 motors each in a range of 30 kilometers. That is easily enough to manage an underwater crossing of the Strait of Gibraltar separating Spain from Morocco, which measures just 15 kilometers. 3 of the drones were due to be delivered to a French drug ring to transport significant amounts of cocaine, the statement said. The gang also built false bottoms into vehicles to allow gangs to smuggle drugs, as well as unmanned semi-submersible vessels that could carry up to 200 kilograms of product. Their customers included criminal gangs in Denmark, France, Italy and Spain, police said. Spain's physical proximity to Morocco, a major hashish producer, and its close ties with former colonies in Latin America, a major cocaine-producing region, have made it a key entry point for drugs bound for Europe. When we go to sleep, it is with the fear of not waking up again, says Elisa Basayan, resident in one of about 700 apartment buildings deemed unsafe in the Cuban capital, where collapses are frequent. Basayan, 51, lives alone with her daughter Lucianis, 12, in an old town building named Edificio Cuba that dates from 1940. The 6-story building belongs to the Cuban state, like most others on the communist island. It sports 114 small rooms that house 92 families rent-free. It used to be an elegant hotel, say residents. Today, the floor planks are broken, the ceilings, columns and passageway walls reveal twisted metallic skeletons, and cracks and leaks abound. Children cannot even play here, because every now and again a piece comes down, said Basayan, with tears in her eyes. I've already lost a child to illness, Basayan told AFP. I do not want to lose my daughter too. Not recommended due to a lack of oversight and maintenance. Buildings collapse fully or in part in Havana with shocking frequency, even more so during the rainy and hurricane season from June to November. In 2020, a balcony gave way, killing 3 young girls. This year, the first rains of June caused 146 buildings in the capital to partially crumble and 2 to come down completely, resulting in the death of a 69-year-old man, according to official media. Nobody knows who will be next. Official figures show that about 37% of 3.9 million residential buildings in the country were considered to be in an undesirable state by the end of 2020. A building specialist, who did not want to be named for fear of reprisal, told AFP that Basayan's home, Edificio Cuba, had structural defects from floor to ceiling. It is not recommended that people live there. In this building, as in many others, the makeshift addition of mezzanines, bathrooms and water tanks significantly add to the load they were built to withstand. No response. Carrie Suarez, 57, moved into Edificio Cuba in 1997 after her previous apartment block became one of the collapse statistics. She was out, bringing her children to school, but her mother, who was at home, died. Having lived all this and being on the verge of reliving a collapse is very difficult, she said. Francisca Pena, 54, has taken it upon herself to seek relief from the authorities on behalf of inhabitants. We have exhausted all avenues and we have had no response, she told AFP. Pena said she sleeps fully dressed in case she has to run out in the middle of the night. It has happened several times, she recounted, that residents rush out into the street after hearing a suspicious noise. I have dark circles under my eyes, I don't sleep, I live waiting for a section to come off, said Luvia Diaz, a 50-year-old social worker who lives on the top floor of Edificio Cuba with her partner, 3 daughters and a grandson. Earlier this month, rains caused a piece of her bedroom ceiling to fall down onto an empty bed. If my daughter had been sleeping there, it would have been a tragedy, she said. Another resident, who would only identify herself as Pumpa, was there when a part of the building came down 29 years ago, when she was just 2. A piece of ceiling hit her on the head, and Pumpa had to undergo complicated cranial reconstruction surgery, she told AFP while cleaning her apartment. "I am afraid to live here. The second time I won't be saved," she said.